Today's how to build is on a baseball field. So the baseball diamond overall is going to be made up of 4 of these 32 by 32 base plates. You can make 32 base plates if you don't have that by combining 2 16 by 32s or 4 16 by 16s. You'll see some of that throughout the other ones. But for home base, I've got a 32 by 32 base plate. So let's start over here. Pull some of this off. So this plate here is a 2 by 10 plate, and it is located 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from that side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from that side. So 8 that way, 7 that way. Put a 2 by 10 plate that latches down. On the other side, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the same like that. So you get 2. Those will be your first base line and your third base line. Then in the area where those would intersect, we're going to make a big cross from 4 wide plates. So this is a 4 by 4. Notice I'm using my handy dandy brick separator to get these plates off and on. Well, just off at least. That's another 4 by 4. These are 2 4 by 6 plates. You can double check again by noting that these are 3 off, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that way. That way you know that you put those plates in the right place. Then I've got these wedge plates. If you have enough of them, rather than using these cut off octagonal plates, you could use these nice big round plates, but I don't have very many of them, so I doubt many of you out there, but obviously that makes a much nicer curve than using these wedge plates, but you do what you gotta do. Got a lot of these wedge plates from Prince of Persia again, I believe, the horse attack set. So then for the home base, this is a sort of double wing plate, 2 by 4 with cutoffs. Let's put a single 1 by 1 round in the bottom there. Same with this 2 by 4 plate, and line this up so we're looking at the right spot. Stick it down there and stick that in between some studs, and it fits in nicely with just a little gap there, but that was the only way to get the right shape. So leading out into first base, I've got this big 2 by 16 plate that I'm gonna stick down. Just gonna hang off a bunch, and I'm gonna do the same thing going towards third base. I'm gonna put this aside and work on first base for a second. So here in this quadrant, I've only got the 16 by 32 plates, so I'm going to be using some of those together. So let's even just deal with this bottom half. So this is where the first base line will continue back to home base. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off the center here, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 off this side. This will all be covered by that. This is 8, or 9 rather. This is 9. That'll be covered by that plate that we put down on the other base plate. What I've done over here, you don't have to use exactly the same plates here, but this is a 2 by 8 plate. And then on the last 4 digits of this, we've got a 1 by 4 plate here. Right there. Then we've got another one of these octagonal plates, which is just going 1 off of this 16 one or halfway on the 32. Another 1 by 4 plate there. 1 by 3 plate here. Big 4 by 6 plate here. Takes us almost out to the edge of the turf. Little 1 by 2 here. And again, just to count, we are now 7 off of that and still 8 off that way. And this is a 2 by 4 and a 2 by 3 which hangs over 1 here. Then these are 3 2x16 plates. So they are on 5 studs of this. Then if we combine these two 16x32 plates, base plates rather, we get that. Put a 2x3 plate here to continue this line. A 1x6 plate out here. This is going to be a 6x4. The part that I build on the second base will connect here again. So now let's actually add the base on. So go back to this wedge plate over here. Sorry, this quarter octagonal plate. And just take that 2x2 area right there and put the corner of the base over that so that it splits one stud off of the baseline, so it goes down the middle of the baseline to the edge of the bases. I'm going to skip over to third base because it's similar to the first base that we just did. So again, we're going to have this 2x9 area here that will be covered up from what we did on first base. All this is 8 off this side. So following up that 2x9 area, then we've got this 2x8 right here, a 1x4 plate. In this case, I had one of those quarter circle plates instead of quarter octagon plate. Did this area a little differently, though it's the same basic concept as on the other side. This is a 4x6 plate here, a 2x3 plate there. That was rather than a 1x3 and a 1x4. 2x4 plate over here. We're getting 7 off the edge right there. Then a 2x6 plate connecting this area. Next to that and that. Then we've got a 1x6, which is 2 off of there, and a 1x2 over there. Then rather than going along in 2 longs, I've got 1 longs going over here. So this is a 1x10 plate and another 1x10 plate, which is going to stick over 3 that way. Then I've got a gigantic 6x16 plate, which I'm feeding off of that 4x6 that was back there. Then a 2x16 plate across the top, which is actually coming right to the edge of the base plate. And then back here, we've got this 1x6 plate, which is 6 from that side and 4 from that side. And this area will get filled in from plates from second base once I build that. So again, you could also just count all these studs by looking at it this way if you want to pause here. Put the base on in the same place as the other one, except on the circle plate you see just what's left over, but that 2x2 area, again having the base line up with halfway through the run lines. Which brings us to second base, where you'll see the bits hanging off from what we were doing earlier. So let's start back here. This is the side that connects to third base. Spin it around this way. Notice we're 3 off from the side here. This is a 2x16 plate again. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hanging off, which is exactly what I said would be coming in. So if you put that in place, then you're going to put a little 2x2 next to that. Then here we're filling up area in large swaths with these 4x8 plates. So 2 of those next to your 16. And over here, I've got a 1x4, a 1x6. Notice this 3 area is going to be filled in by that long 1x10 plate from earlier, and this will be filled in by that 6x16 plate. Up here, this is a 2x10 plate, filling in this space. There's 3 off from the side and at the end of that 2x16 plate. Then this is a 2x4 plate. Notice we're 4 off from the sides. 1x4, 1x6. This is a 2x8, 2x3. Let's take this base off so we can see what's under. This is another 4x8 plate. 4x8. We're 5 from the side. It's a 2x3. Here's where our wedge is going. I'm going to pull out so you can see the overall view again. You could always pause and just count from here, but let's keep going in a detailed fashion. So that wedge plate, again, there's your 4x8. This is a 1x2, 2x4, a 1x4. So then we're going to want to build this nice curve here. So this is a 2x10 plate, but you can notice how I'm sort of moving in a little more each time and then less each time to make that curve happen. So this is a 2x10. This is a 2x10 that's 2 over. This is a 1x8 and a 1x3. You can see that I sort of made this line here that I just sort of made everything stop at. So this is a 1x8 over there. 2x2, 1x3. This is a 1x10 and a 1x8, a 1x3 and a 2x4, and you can see that we're now 4 off from that side. Then going over this way, we've got 2x3, 2x3. It's a 2x12 sticking out. This is going to cover that area from the first base plate area. This is a 1x6 and a 1x8. This is a 2x4 and a 2x10. And this big area over here is again, okay, this is a 6x12, not a 6x16, but that other one was a 6x16. And again, let's put the base plate on the wedge. Now that we've done all that, we can pull in home base and first base and connect them up. Notice this, another way you could make sure this area is right is by counting these dots along the side. This is 2 dots, the next outcropping is 4 dots, then 6 dots, then 6 dots. Then this long piece along here is 6, 10, 14, 18. Then we go in 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. Then we're going 2 that way, 2 that way, 3 that way, 4 that way, 18. It's the same as that side, but just repeated. Let's pull in the third base plate. Hold on one second. Got a tricky connection happening here. There we go. Now down here is the pitcher's mound, which I've already attached, but I haven't shown you how to build yet. So this is, if you go to where the 4 base plates meet, right in the center here, you'll have a nice little hole. I'm going to take a wedge and go over the hole like so. So this is home base, the plate from there, so the wedge goes along like that. And take a 2x4, another wedge, then a 2x10, more wedges down here, another 2x4, another wedge. On top of that, I'm going to take these rounded 3x3 plates, make a little circle in the middle. So yeah, put 4 of those rounded plates there to make the pitcher's mound. Then I've got a little bit of putty that I'm sticking on there, and a 1x4 plate to make the line that the pitcher has to stay behind. I'm sure there's an official term for that. So zooming out, You can see we've got our baseball field. So then, of course, to make your baseball field complete, you need to add your signboard and your evil robot baseball team and your friendly robot baseball team as well to make it a complete robot baseball game.